Hello guys, my name is Sophia and this is Sophia Live. It is another beautiful Thursday. Tunapatana hapa kwenye Sophia Live na siku ya leo kuna mengi ambayo kwamba tutakuwa tunazungumza hapa. Kumbuka hii ni channel ambayo kwamba inawapa nyinyi vijana nafasi ya kuweza kuzungumza na kuweza kutoa maoni yenu kuhusiana tu na yale mambo ambayo kwamba yanaendelea katika taifa letu la Kenya. Kwa hivyo karibu sana kwenye Sophia Live. If you are a new subscriber, karibu sana. If you are a returning subscriber, karibu tena sana. So siku ya leo kama tunavyojua, siku ya leo kuna ile vetting ambayo kwamba inaendelea siku ya leo, ambapo asubuhi ya leo waziri mteuzi wa interior mteule ambaye ameteuliwa nominated interior CS Bwana Kithure Kindiki ameweza kufika mbele ya bunge siku ya leo na amezungumzia mengi sana, na moja ambayo kwamba amezungumzia it's about the protest that has been happening in our country Kenya, and Kindiki has vowed to deal with it professionally according to what he has told the committee that is vetting them, that he has already drafted a Public Order Act whereby in the near future the Gen Zs will have to present the exact number of people who are going to demonstrate in order for police services to plan for themselves. It will not like the normal one that it is just announced that we are protesting tomorrow and then watu wanakutana huko. No. So in this new proposed Public Order Act, according to the nominated CS Interior Kithure Kindiki, is all about trying to put order in this country. This is according to him that we are not going to tolerate in referring to what has been happening to our country. Amesema that so far 54 police cars were destroyed during the demos. 54 of them. In total, there were 110 cars that were destroyed. 54 belongs to the police and another belongs to the public. So moving forward or going forward, he is proposing that for anybody to call for protest, he or she must present the number of people who are going to protest. But before we even go that, Kindiki has talked about several other issues. He has talked about why they are introducing expiring ID cards. According to Kindiki, says that the technology is evolving, saying that what we have now, the generation 2 type of IDs that we have now should expire in 10 years time to come, because there are features that would need to be included in those IDs. That is the reason he has given why the IDs moving forward will have to have an expiry date. So in short, is just saying that the technology is facilitating all this. If we compare the IDs our parents have and with what we have, there is a difference. And so moving forward, they will also need to just incorporate or include some features in those IDs. So is like saying that he's just trying to move with the technology. Since technology is evolving, so our IDs should also evolve to try to accommodate that. He has spoken about also about the passport, the issues on passport. He is admitting that there are corrupt cases that has been reported, and he has tried kumaliza hizo cases, but amesema that it will take time because it is just so complicated. So amesema moving forward people will have their passports within 7 days compared to siku za nyuma ambapo ilikuwa inateka a long period for one to acquire the passport. So Kindiki has said or has revealed a lot. Ameulizwa maswali mengi pale, though some of those questions they were tough, others were just not so tough. So for Kindiki, he was the first person to kufika mbele ya bunge siku ya leo, and the Health Year's nominee currently is being vetted. We shall see how it is going to be with her. But for Kindiki, I watched it a little bit. I just wanted to know, matters security is very important. So I really wanted to know what is in or what he has, the plans he has for this country moving forward. Now, as Gen Zs, I'm sure you've heard what Kindiki has said. Protest. So I know some of what Kindiki has said gonna piss you guys off. Like the demands, the proposed Public Order Act that Kindiki has said he is going to affect. Talking about the Nane protest, and Gen Zs have said they are not going to back down for it. As we speak now, we have Gen I will read one. For Boda Boda Zia. I will read it loud for anybody who has. And it is very interesting that these Gen Zs are telling Boda Boda that during Boda Boda and Mama Mboga, so also that spare parts za Boda Boda, basically that currently nothing is working in our country in terms of maisha wa Kenya. They're saying that things zimepanda and all that, and they think that they will need these guys from Boda guys to also participate in these protests so that they can at least have a country whereby kila mtu atasikika. So that is their plan. Their plan is to have kila mtu kutoka Nairobi, from Kisumu, from Nakuru, from Mombasa, from Kakamega, and all over country to converge in Nairobi and to march to the State House. I don't know if that is going to be their final decisions to go to the State House, because the previous ones walikuwa wamesema that only thing they will do is to move to Nairobi and sleep kwa barabara, be it CBD, and to occupy all the public spaces. But I'm seeing that it is slowly changing to that they will be marching to State House. Remember, on that same day, President William Ruto will not be in Nairobi. President William Ruto will be in Eldoret, because Eldoret is acquiring the city status on that time, and there is also campaign that is going on. I don't know kama mumona those leaders from Uasin Gishu County, and I think in Rift Valley in general, that there are campaigning for that launch of that making Eldoret to acquire the city status. So technically, President William Ruto will not be in Nairobi on 8th of this month. So I don't know how things are going to be, because these guys, while President William Ruto will be launching, will be in Eldoret, these guys will be in Nairobi, and they will be marching to State House. This is very interesting. So we shall wait to see how things are going to fall. While the Gen Zs are still insisting on trying to protest and trying to call on or to call out government, there are some people, if you can see the mood and the hype yenye ilikuwa kidogo imeanza kutulia, and people are claiming that the government has spent a lot of money trying to buy these influencers, trying to just shut these hashtag yenye imekuwa ikiendelea Twitter, like Ruto must go hashtag, Raila na Ruto must go. Another hashtag that is currently trending is the Nane march and Raila traitor. You see this hashtag. So there are claims that the government has spent a lot of money trying to capture those Twitter influencers just to shut down all these. That is some of the things that is currently happening, and so we shall wait to see, will this protest be successful? That is the question. And what if the Nane march won't bear fruit? Will the Gen Zs set another date for another protest, or what is their end goal? I would really like to know what is next for them, what is their preparations, their everything, what they are planning and all that. So we shall wait to see, because wamesema they are not backing down, they are not surrendering, they are in for it. So guys, before we even move forward, let me just read you some of them. I think this is for matatus. We have one for matatu, and then we have one for, they have drafted 2 letters, one for matatu guys, and the one for boda boda. Let me look the one for matatu. And this is what they are telling the matatu guys, that Madere, Madonda na Kamagera wa route zote za Nairobi, Kanairo. Hii ni kuhusu Nane March, na tumekuja na story muhimu sana. Mjue maisha ni ngumu kwa kila Mkenya saa hii. It goes, matatu is the backbone of our transport system. Bila nyinyi hatufiki job, shule na kufanya biashara zetu. Lakini gava imewasaidia aje? Bei ya mafuta haishuki, cost ya spares imepanda, kazi siku hizi haina faida, kupata na kurenew PSV budget zimekuwa noma, lazima utoe kitu kidogo. The letter goes, struggle ya loans za sacco, lending apps na Shylock's taxes na fines za kanjo na polisi ziko juu sana. Soon watakukataza kupark na kudrop passengers tao. Si mnaona hata choo wameongeza bei, kila kitu noma, alafu unataka kusema ati bado una support hawa watu. Sisi Gen Z tunaona vile mnateseka, tuko kwa hii struggle pamoja, hatuna shida na wewe, na usione kama sisi ni adui yenu. Gava ilituchocha na promises za uongo. Hakuna kitu imebadilika saa hii. Madere na madonda hamna basic rights kama insurance na pensions. The letter goes, nani atakubali ukipata accident, ama nani atakutreat ukipata accident? Hosi gani itakuadmit na madaktari ya walipwi? The fact is, gava haijawahi. Tunajua politicians wana try kuvuruga protest zetu, lakini this time usiingie box yao tena. Usikubali kudanganywa. Hii movement ni ya amani. Interesting. Then second last paragraph says, nyinyi ndio mliweka Prezo State House, na nyinyi ndio mko na power ya kumtoa. Kujeni mtu join Nane tupeleke watu CBD bila stress. Saidia kubeba comrades, punguza fare ama beba watu bure. Utakuwa umefanya kitu ya maana sana na God atakubless. Hii ni chance yako kuwa shujaa wa hii movement. Tusaidiane kupigania a better Kenya. That is the letter that Gen Zs have written to the Matatus Association wa Nairobi, wakiwaambia that on 8 wanafaa kupunguza fare, na wanafaa pia kubeba watu at a fair price ama kuwabeba bure ili watu waweze kufika CBD. So according to this letter wanawaambia that they should be part of this movement. This is what they are telling the matatu when you kwa matatu industry, that this movement, you should be part of this movement, and the only way to be part of the Nane march is for you kubeba watu kwa bei rahisi, and it is for them kubeba watu kwa bure na kuwafikisha CBD. This is a letter that has been drafted na imekuwa address kwa matatu. I've seen so far 2 letters. This one ni ya watu wa matatu. I've also seen there were a letter that were drafted kwa watu wa boda boda in Nairobi. This is a letter to, I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you guys can see. This is a letter that the Gen Zs have drafted to boda boda guys, and I'm also going to read a part of it. The one I've read is for matatu guys, and this is for boda boda riders or operators. This is what they are asking them. The letter starts, niaje, umesikia historia Nane March? Tulia 5 minutes ni kuchanue. Unajua situation kila Mkenya anapitia saa hii. Life imekuwa hard na bei ya kila kitu imepanda daily. Bei ya mafuta bado iko juu, cost ya spares iko juu, masanse kwa road wako njaa, Kanjo wanasumbua. Story ya loans na Shylocks unajua. Hiyo bike yako unalipia polepole, wanaweza kujia anytime. Hebu cheki vile unahangaika na loans za Sacco, Tala na Mshwari zinakukamua daily. That is paragraph 1. Let's go to paragraph 2. Hii gava imekufanyia nini? They are asking. Wateja wako watatoka wapi na vijana hatuna kazi? Utaendesha nani na hiyo pikipiki yako kama kila mtu anaumia? Life yako kama rider ni riski sana. Anytime unaweza pata accident bila proper gear. Huna helmet, roads hazina signal, traffic lights zimeharibika. Hosi gani itakuadmit? Doctors are on strike juu hawalipwi, interns hawapewi jobs. Nani atakutreat? That is paragraph 2. Paragraph 3 says, gava itakusaidia. Sisi wote tuko kwa hii struggle pamoja na tumekuja kwako kwa heshima na upendo with one simple request. Hatuna shida na wewe na usione kama sisi Gen Z ni adui. Tunajua politicians wanatry kuvuruga protest zetu, lakini this time usiingie box yao tena. It goes, alituchocha eti ataleta cabinet overhaul, lakini amerudisha watu wake na sasa ameingia bed na opposition. Kenya iko under capture. Wanatudanganya, hakuna kitu imebadilika. Hii vita ni yetu. So stima kupotea, that means that I had to buy now data so that we can proceed with this story, with this Nane March. I don't know if you are going also to interfere with anything say that let me not say it. That was so unfortunate. You are doing so good. The momentum was there, and then wakaamua kufanya ile kitu. KPLC, I am alive. You are taking me off. What is that? That is so unfair. That is so, I need to rant. You see, that is so unfair that I'm online and you guys unanikatia stima. Kwa hivyo the wifi is not even working, so I'm using my data. Let's see how we are moving with this. That was so you moment piece of KPLC, and that is so unfair. So let's pick from where we were before stima ifanye ile kitu. So guys, as I have told you that these Gen Z have written 2 letters, one directed to matatu operators and 2 to boda operators, sorry for that. And these are the operators who are the matatus and the boda operators targeted are those within Nairobi, because the Nane March is happening in Nairobi, not in other cities. It will not happen in Nakuru or in Eldoret or in Mombasa. It is just going to happen in Nairobi, and that is the reason these Gen Zs are have decided to just have a letter to these guys, begging them to at least be with them during that day. Kubeba watu wa bodaboda, wameambiwa that watu wa magari wameambiwa wapunguze fare so that many people can at least afford wafike CBD. Kwa bodaboda guys, this is the letter to the bodaboda guys, na it is a very long letter. It is naona to all Nairobi bodaboda operators. It is a very long letter to request to bodaboda operators, and in case you've not come across this letter, I'm just going to read it out for you, that you be aware on how these young people are determined just to make this Nane March protest successful. So the letter starts, niaje, umesikia historia ya Nane March? Tulia 5 minutes nikuchanue. Unajua situation kila Mkenya anapitia saa hii, life imekuwa hard na bei ya kila kitu inapanda daily. Bei ya mafuta bado iko juu, cost ya spares iko juu, masanse kwa road wako njaa, Kanjo wanasumbua. Story ya loans na Shylocks unajua. Hiyo bike yako unalipia polepole, wanaweza kujia anytime. Hebu cheki vile unahangaika na loans za Sacco, Tala na mshwari zinakukamua daily. Hii gava imekufanyia nini? Wanauliza. Wateja wako watatoka wapi na vijana hatuna kazi? Unaendesha ama utaendesha nani na hiyo pikipiki yako kama kila mtu anaumia? Life yako kama rider ni risky sana. Anytime unaweza accident bila proper gear. Huna helmet, roads hazina signage, traffic lights zimeharibika. Hosi gani itakuadmit? Doctors are on strike juu hawalipwi, interns hawapewi jobs, nani atakutreat? The letter goes, gava itakusaidia. Sisi wote tuko kwa hii struggle pamoja, na tumekuja kwako kwa heshima na upendo with one simple request. Hatuna shida wewe na wewe, ama hatuna shida na wewe na usione kama sisi Gen Z ni adui. Tunajua politicians wanatry kuvuruga protest zetu, lakini this time usiingie box yao. Okay, the letter goes, alituchocha eti ataleta cabinet overhaul, lakini amerudisha watu wake na sasa ameingia bed na opposition. Kenya iko under capture. Wanatudanganya, hakuna kitu imebadilika. Hii vita ni yetu wote. Second last paragraph says, nyinyi ndio mliweka huyu preso State House na nyinyi ndio mko na power ya kumtoa. Kujeni Nane mtusaidie kufinish kumalo. Leta mbogi yako, mkitujoin mnaweza leta difference. Wewe ndio unajua penye roots ama panya roots zote za town. Saidia kubeba comrades. Unaweza penya roadblocks, bonfires na uingie town bila shida. Si tushikane na tusaidiane kutoa huyu mtu. Hii ni chance yako ya kuingia kwa history books kama shujaa. Alafu msee, ukituma hii message kwa Memorial watano hivi, utakuwa umetujenga sana. Kama unapenda Kenya na unataka kuona changes, tukutane tarehe 8 mwezi wa 8 mwaka 2024. God akubless. This is a simple message or a request that the Gen Zs have drafted to boda operators in Nairobi, telling them that wanawategemea on next week, that will be tarehe 8 mwezi huu, telling them wanajua routes zote za Nairobi, na itakuwa poa kama these boda guys watasaidia kubeba watu na kutry kuepuka zile road blocks ambazo zitawekwa. So this is the letter 2. The letter ya kwanza imekuwa addressed to matatu operators, na ile letter ya pili imekuwa addressed to boda operators. So this is how in this letter ya pili wame-address the new formation or the new coalition with the opposition. Remember last week, we all know that currently Raila Odinga and President William Ruto are working together, and this means there is no opposition in this country. I saw a phrase online saying that kuna ile phrase huwa inasema hakuna mkate ngumu mbele ya chai. I saw another one which says hakuna serikali ngumu mbele ya Raila. Yani Raila has been penyering kwa hizi serikali zote. Walianza sijui na coalition government, wakakuja handshake, ile akibaki ilikuwa inaitwa aje, and now we have sijui forming government of national unity. So in this letter to boda wame-address your issue, telling the boda guys that you see these people wamekuja pamoja, and so it is our time for these young people or voters to also come together and push for their agenda, and the agenda is to have a good governance. How will that going to work out? We wait and see, because we don't know if boda guys are going to agree to this. Will they agree to this? Will the matatu operators also agree to this request? That is something that we shall wait. Ikifika hiyo tarehe 8 tutajua kama watu wa matatu watashukisha bei na watu wa bodaboda watakuwa ready to carry these young people to occupy CBD. And naona saizi they are pushing for the hashtag Occupy State House on 9 March. Hiyo ndo ni their agenda. So it is really interesting. You see, the first two protests I attended, I've covered all the protests that has been happening here in Nakuru, and my observation is this: the first two protests were very peaceful. They were just people with their phones na maji and just walking on the road singing and all that. The third one was really bad. The third one ndo tulianza kurushiwa tear gas left, right and center, and it was really bad. I remember we were in a certain car, wakarusha tear gas near where the car was, and the driver had to be very skillful to just turn and just move away from the tear gas. So the first two protests was peaceful. Then later things happened. The Gen Z are blaming the government for hiring goons to infiltrate the protest, while at the same time the government is saying that they are not going to allow goons to protest. So imekuwa ni mchezo wa vuta ni kuvute. Gen Zs are saying we are not goons, we are very peaceful. The only thing that we carry during protest ni maji na simu zetu na bendera ya Kenya. On the other hand, the government is saying no, we are not going to allow you to protest because goons wanaingia na kuharibu mali ya watu. I don't know kama hiyo ndio itakuwa ni mchezo ya 8/8 of 2024. I don't know kama Gen Zs wamejipanga how to handle them, because nilikuwa naona pia pale discussions online, some people are suggesting that if they go low, they also go low. But will they manage to compete with the government and outshine the government or outsmart the difficult? Remember, government has everything, as resources, as personnel, as everything. But with these young people, these wako tu wamesema wako na simu, they are jobless, which means their financial muscle is just as non-existent if indeed this is being done by good faith or goodwill. So that is it for now, guys. That is their message. And there are the discussion currently. I see that TikTok is the one that is currently moving the Nane thing, because nikiingia pale TikTok naona tu messages za Nane, so do this kidogo. Twitter is like, I don't know kama Gen Zs wa Twitter or and other social media wamechoka or they have decided to back down or what, because they are, as much as kuna hizo hashtag, but aina ile, not so many people are tweeting wakitag hizo hashtag pale. Like if we have to look at like 2 weeks ago, ile when this whole thing was starting and all that, ulikuwa unaingia tu Twitter, unaona tu hizo hashtag, be it Ruto must go, be it Raila is a coward, be it, you see those hashtag were all over Twitter. But now ukiingia hata in Nane March, you can pick specific people who are pushing this agenda. I don't know kama this confirms the claims that the government has spent a lot on trying to kununua these big influencers wa Twitter. I don't know if that is the case, because Twitter is a bit cool. They're not pushing. Kuna wale tu watu specific and all that, but on TikTok nimeona they are in for it. Those guys were TikTok hawana huruma, they are just putting out message and all that. WhatsApp, I've not seen anybody sharing that, because they are telling people to share their own WhatsApp status, these messages and all that. Nikiangalia WhatsApp yangu kwa status naona tu kila mtu, or perhaps the people my friends, so the people I view their WhatsApp status ni watu hawana I don't know, but sioni sana Twitter. Even kwa groups zenye niko nazo sioni hizo messages zikiwa shared, so it is a bit iko low. So I don't know if you are watching this from home, I don't know what is your message to these young people. Do you think these young people should continue with the protest, or what is your if hapo mahali huko ni your advice to these young people inaweza kuwa gani? What can you tell them at this point? Because tunaona kwamba the protest kidogo haina that nguvu the way it were back when this whole thing was starting. Kidogo saizi imetulia. I know you are watching this and I know you are a Kenyan, or you are maybe in the country or you are outside the country. Your message to these young people ni gani? Do you think it is time for Gen Zs to just come together with the government, just talk things out, or unaona just they should just continue pushing for good governance and all that? And for how long are they going to do this thing? Because I know mtu uchoka, unasemanga the if you can master consistency, what wanasema in life, if you can master consistency, that is you are good to go. If you can master consistency, you are good to go. But we don't know. You see now, government has spent a lot. We know that. And it seems that the big influencers, they are backing down. They don't want to get involved in these protests and all that. So how are the Gen Zs are going to sustain? You know, the protest is about numbers. Forget about the campaigns, the social media. Forget about to do what and what, to do who is who and all that. Protest is about numbers. We have seen what is going on in Venezuela. People filled the street. People walijaza street. That is what a protest is supposed to achieve. To have everybody on the street. To have people in the street. If you are calling out for protest and there is no one coming out to protest, then that is a failed, what can I say? That is a failed protest. Tunaweza sema ni kitu haikufanyika. For protest to be successfully, for protest to move a government, these young people need to have numbers. And as we can see now, the numbers is going down because it seems kuna watu, I don't know kama ni Gen Zs wenyewe wamechoka. I don't know kama ni, I don't know, do they need to have like another, to check another break and then waendelee baadaye, or what should be the case? Because tunaona the number, even the last two protests zenye zimefanyika, the one that they were supposed to occupy JKIA, hawakumanage. So naweza sema that was not a successful trial. Now, I think this is the Nane march is the ultimate, or this is the protest that should, in my opinion, I think for Gen Zs, this is the protest that should stop everything in this country. This is the protest that they aim to use it to shake President William Ruto, because remember they were saying that we went to protest and they sent to the CSS home, but now the CSS are back and all that. So I don't know kama they feel like the president, this protest is going to work in their favor, or what is going to happen. We shall wait to see if the president will be shaken by the Nane march. If not, then they will have to sit down and re-strategize, because that would mean that they're going to the streets is no longer working. It is a strategy that is no longer working, but the time will tell if that should be the case or not, because naona watu wako saizi kwa mtaa. We have some Gen Zs who are moving from to estate, telling the young people watokeze Nairobi. I know people who are watching this from Nairobi. Perhaps tomorrow utaona watu wanakuja kwa estate then young people wakimobilize watu wa move to wa participate kwa hiyo Nane march. So this is the current situation for these young people. So I think the government should give them a chance to protest, and I don't know if after that, after Nane march, there will be any other protest, or that should be the end of protest. I believe that after they have gone back to the street on Nane, they should just see how things are going to happen in this country. Because I don't think after Nane kutakuwa na so much about streets. Itakuwa tu like, kama haitafaulu, that is, kama Nane haitafaulu, that will be the end of this Gen Z movement. I feel like that will be the case, that if next week Nane haitafaulu, the government will manage to control everything, then that will be the end of this Gen Z movement. Because you see sasa itakuwa wamejaribu and even scaling down these protests to just happen in Nairobi, it just shows that wamepush further, and this is their last step. This is their last step. If it is not going to work on Nane, then they should forget everything and just sit down and come up with a strategy. Will the strategy include having a leader? Will the strategy include also asking for a dialogue? That will be for them to decide. But personally, if you ask me, I think after Nane March, if it is not going to work in their favor, then Gen Zs will have to sit down, take a breather, take time, and then come back. Take time, waangalie ni strategy gani that they will come up with, a strategy that is going to work in their favor. That is my opinion. So this is all that I was going to talk about it in this channel. We know that the vetting is currently happening. We've seen CS Kithure Kindiki. Now we have health CS. I don't know kama amemaliza Barasa who was being vetted. Then it goes leo na kesho. Na kumekuwa na talks that many people are waiting to see the Hassan Joho vetting. I think the Oparanya, remember the Oparanya has been mentioned in graft cases. So these many people are waiting to see how it is going to be with Ojoho and Oparanya. That is what majority of Kenyans are waiting. Remember when Citizen TV kuna hii program wanakuaga nayo ya this one ya kina Ivonne Okwara and Linus Kaikai. Remember when they were after the mentioning of these nominees, wakakaa chini in that program of theirs and walikuwa na mention the qualifications of each nominee. Ikafika kwa Joho and they were like making fun of it. So we wait to see what papers is he going to produce during the vetting. But is this even vetting necessary? I don't think so. I don't think that somebody sitting there and telling us what is going to do and how he's going to do it. I don't think that it is necessary. Once I feel like mtu akishawekwa pale vetting, because in Kenya we all know whether you are good or corrupt or what, that vetting is just not going to hakuna mtu ashai. Is there any nominee mwenye amewahi katazwa or something like that? I don't think so. So for me vetting, okay, it is there, constitution inasema hivyo, but if you ask me, I don't think inakuanga na so much impact. I think it is just there for formalities and all that. So those are some of the things that we should not waste time on it. Once somebody is nominated, watu wapewe 1 year or 6 months. Then from there, kama mtu atakuwa amefanya kazi, perhaps we should have such proposals that in these people waingie kwa ofisi for 6 months, wakwe under review. Then if somebody is not working or is not doing as expectations za public, then tu aondolewe mwingine afanye nini? Aingie. So that is it for today, guys, and thanks for watching. We shall continue tomorrow. I know there will be a lot to discuss. There is a lot to discuss. As young people in this country, we need to put our heads together because we love our country and we want to see everything working for every individual in this country. So this live stream is basically for us coming together and discuss the matters in our country and see how we are going to move forward to have a better country and to just have a country that is working for all of us. So guys, for the 40, how many minutes we've been there? For the 44 minutes we've been there. Thanks guys for choosing this channel, and we shall meet tomorrow. Let's see how things will be from now to kesho. Tungoje tuone vetting, of course itakuwa inaendelea. So from now and tomorrow we see, then we meet again tomorrow same time in this channel. If you are new here, thanks for coming. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. Let's keep engaging. Let's keep talking. Kenya ni yetu sote. Kenya ni home. We want to have a country that works for us all. So thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. This is Sophia Live, and my name. This is Sophia Live, and my name is Sophia. See you tomorrow, and thanks, guys, for tuning in.